I've done this take 100 times. Run it up, big man, run it up! I'm perfectly happy. This time, we're in Athens, Greece, and you'll get a view like no other. This is one of my favorite things. Here we are, Shak's natural habitat. Guys, welcome back to 3 Man Abroad, and here we are going to answer the very age-old question as per usual. If you have 24 hours in a city, what can you do? And this time we're in the winning city of the race, Berlin. It's Friday morning, it's raining, but that's not going to get our day down. Let's go to our first location. But just before we do that, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, hit the bell notification, and tell us what city you want us to see, what country you want us to visit, and what other things that you want to see and do. Let's go check it out. Alright guys, we're here at our very first location and a very important one in the German history. So this behind me is called Checkpoint Charlie. Why the name Checkpoint Charlie? It actually comes from the phonetic alphabet, Alpha, Bravo and Charlie. So Alpha and Bravo were the first 2 checkpoints of the Berlin Wall and the border between East Germany and West Germany. And obviously the third and final one was Checkpoint Charlie. So what was once a border between East Germany and West Germany has become a very, very cool tourist hotspot. Come with me, let's go. Always look to your left, I'm always used to looking to the right. So typically people from the army will be standing on the left and right, and you can take an amazing picture with an amazing view as well here in Berlin. What else shall we say about Checkpoint Charlie? Ah, okay, we're going down. Oh, everyone can see my boxes. That's it, on to the next location. When you're hungry. Okay, food time, breakfast, the most important meal of the day. You're not you when you're hungry, as they always say. So typically, well, we planned to go to a particular location, which I would not name because they kicked us out. Yes, what can you do? But some of the most unplanned things come together really, really well. So right opposite it, it's a place called No Fire, No Glory. It's based, let me have a quick look, it's right here, Reichsstraße 45 in Berlin. And we've got a mix. So we've got a, I've got a vegan meal. Shaq, what do you have?
Salmon,
yep,
with hollandaise sauce.
Yep.
Hey, I can't wait.
And chai lattes, moderately priced, and a definite vibe because it's got this rustic kind of like Shoreditch feeling, and there's lots of seats, so definitely come here, check it out for breakfast. Let me eat and on to the next location. That game. Alright, I Spy with my little like something beginning with T. Tree.
What is up, guys? So the rain has finally stopped, and at a perfect time. We are at a place called Teufelberg. I'm not German, innit?
Teufelsberg.
It's Hampton. No, I'm joking. We're at a place called Teufelsberg, which is just west of Berlin, and it is a really good vantage point. It's 120 meters above sea level, and back 20 years post World War II, actually in the Cold War, it used to be a listening station by the US to spy on East Berlin. Okay, and since then it has been abandoned. It was an unfinished military compound, and now an organization has taken over, and it's basically a tourist spot, but it's got beautiful vantage views. You can actually even pop into the compound and go up to the top, and that's where you would get the best views. So I think this is going to be one of my favorite places, but we'll check it out. Let's check it out.
This isn't the spookiest place we've been to.
Fam, imagine, yeah, coming to a rave here.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system.
I was 100% right. This is one of my favorite places. So we've just taken the drone out for a little spin, got some amazing footage. Can't wait for you to see it. You'll probably see it before or after, in between, while I'm speaking. Probably. So, just walking around, and the art is amazing.
And let me bring it around here so they can see it. There you go.
Like, look at this. Look at this. Dude, this is crazy, weird, and quirky, and outrageously smart, all in one. And it's like,
That's one of my favorites actually, right there.
that one, yeah.
Alright guys, so not an official part of our tour, but nevertheless we thought we'd come here because it takes up a huge space in central Berlin. This is called the Sony Center, and for those of you who are based in the UK and London, this will be familiar because it looks very alike the O2. Tickets. I'm excited under here.
He looks so happy. It's filming. What happened, Vhai? Why'd you look so sad?
I want to talk about it. Alright, so right behind me, Legoland Discovery Center. So it's not the theme park, it's obviously the smaller version of it. This is hard.
So,
You got it.
basically, Vhai didn't read the small print where it said you can't come in unless accompanied by a child. And unless you guys have not seen, I'm a grown man with a beard and I pay taxes.
Should have brought more on it.
Should have brought more.
No. But nevertheless, I think it's an amazing place because they've got all sorts of fun sites for little ones. And then that Angry Bird is all made out of Legos. That's all I have to say.
So moral of the story, guys, bring a kid. If it's your own, your nephew, yeah, just bring a kid.
Two grown men. Going on a bit.
As you do when you're traveling, you're really busy, back and forth, you don't really get a chance to go to the toilet a lot. Keeping it real, right? So we got off at a station, found a public water closet, toilet, and I was like, exactly, that's what, for those who don't know, WC means water closet. I had to Google that a couple years ago because I was like, what the hell is that? Anyway, I digress. So, as you do in most European cities, it's accustomed to pay 50 cents to a euro or whatever the local currency is. And obviously, as a British person, when you're in England, you're just not used to this concept. Because you think, oh, what am I paying a euro for? So...
But carry on filming, you don't want to walk in front of people, innit?
Oh, that's fine. So, paid a euro, walked in. For starters, the toilet is amazingly clean. Like, ridiculously clean, okay? Spotless. Then... I like to use a cubicle, so I did it. I went to a cubicle, did my number one, and I put my hand over the sensor to flush it, and you not, this thing came out of the wall, and a lever just came down, and it started wiping the toilet seat as the toilet seat rotated, and cleaned it with bleach, and then the lever went back in to the wall. And I was like, eh? Mechanically, it cleaned itself. For a euro, I'm happy. What is up, guys? So I thought I would talk about this spot because it's been a spot that I've been wanting to come visit ever since I found out we were coming to Berlin. And it was one of the first places I saw and researched, okay? So we are on, and I'm gonna butcher this, so forgive me, Ebertsbrücke Bridge, okay? And the bridge crosses over the River Spree, okay? So behind me is River Spree, and behind me is the Bode Museum, which is on what they call Museum Island, right? So this is what's crazy about this. It's a little island, just crossing in between the River Spree in the middle of Berlin with 5 major museums, 5 of the biggest museums in Berlin, which you have to go see if you come down to Berlin. And alongside those 5 museums, you also have the Berlin Cathedral, okay? And it's just a really nice vibe, and I just can't wait to check it out. All right, let's go. So guys, I thought rather than me walk around and share it to you, visual aid. So we are slap bang here, and the bridge that we were at before was somewhere there, facing over to the Bode Museum. Okay, here we have the Pergamon Museum. I always say this, why do I sound like a freshie, man? Anyway, here we have the Arte National Gallery. Here we have the Neues Museum. Is it? Okay. Number 6, we have the James Simon Gallery. Here, which is outside of Museum Island, so I'm not going to talk about it. Okay. And number 8 is the Altes Museum. And then as you go further into the island itself, you will have Berlin Cathedral, some grass area, some cafes, etc, etc. So yeah, let's check it out and I'll show you as we go along. So we are here slap bang in the middle of Museum Island. Behind me is the Altes Museum. I hope I pronounced it right this time. So unless you've been living in a massive fat rock on the moon on a different galaxy, then you must be aware that obviously with COVID and everything happening, it has shifted the way things are going for everyone around the world at the moment. And with places like museums that are slowly opening up again, you can only attend them by making a booking or reservation online in advance. So unlike us who always do things semi last minute, we were unable to book anything to enter, and especially we were late anyway, so it's not like we would have been able to. However, it is a fairly nice view. But if you want to see something even better, we are just gonna slide to here. Okay, so this behind me, guys, is Berlin Cathedral. Okay, so it was first constructed in 1451, and it has been rebuilt about 4-5 times over the last 800 years. So I just thought I'd give you guys another view of the Altez Museum. If you're like me, you love buildings.
Speak English?
Yes.
Can you speak English, please? For just 2 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Please, English.
No, I'm sorry. So,
What just happened? Just say that.
yeah, so what just happened was a lady just came up to me asking me to sign a form for disabled people, people who are mute, etc., and asking for charitable donations. Okay, and I've actually seen this stuff online, and it's actually a scam. They ask you for money and they ask for cash, and they don't give it back, or they don't give it to charity. They don't give it to people who quote unquote need it. They themselves claim to be mute, but they're not. She actually just spoke to me and said, do you speak English? Which is crazy. So any of you guys that ever come to Berlin, or not even just Berlin, but any kind of European capital city, because it's happened to me a few times in various cities, I'm not going to name names, but you know, just be careful, be wary. You know, there are so many charitable causes that you can go through online legitly. If anyone like this comes up to you, just say politely, look, I'm sorry, I can't right now, I don't have the cash, I don't have this. Just politely decline, make your way and go. Make sure you've got your valuables tucked in properly, safe. And if you're a bit dense, a bit wide like Shaq's, just kind of tense a little so you get a bit shook. So guys, if you love buildings like I do, I've given you another view of the Altez Museum, okay? And if we just do a young two-step, we got another view of Berlin Cathedral, okay? Now, if we just take a young disco slide to the left, we have Berlin Palace. Where we are at right now is a very central part to a lot of other places and things to do and see. So for example, in the northeasterly direction from here, you've got Alexanderplatz, okay? And if you kind of venture southwesterly, you've got Potsdamerplatz. Now, forgive me if I'm butchering these names, but hopefully you can figure it out from what I'm saying and Google it for yourself, okay? But it just comes to show 5, 10, 15-minute walk is accessible to all of these places with ease, and is not difficult to find.
Is it on? Alright guys, so there's multiple modes of transport that we've used in the past. One of them we haven't mentioned because UK doesn't actually have it as often, is electric scooters. Okay, so there's a variety of companies that do it. This one is obviously not sponsored, but Bird is something that we've seen frequently more and more often here. So download the app completely free of charge on Google and Apple Store, and all you got to do, for an example, all these are available here. You just click on it, very simple, and just reserve, and it'll reserve it up to about 15 minutes. So it just works like a bank account. You top it up, and you can reserve as many as you want for however long that you want. But if you don't want to jump on a bus and you're bored of the tram and train, scooters is the way to go. So peaceful and quiet, but nevertheless an ominous reminder of the history of Germany. So this is a memorial of the murdered Jews in Europe. It was a plan that started in 2003 or 4. Took about a year and a half and about $25 million to make. So if you look around you, the slabs, originally there were going to be about 4,000 slabs here, but due to a regulation that passed in Germany, they decided to make it wheelchair accessible. So the legal limit, or the number of slabs that they can actually legally put in here, was 2,711. But honestly, it's a weird feeling when you come in here. Quite sad, but nevertheless a memorial to remember what's happened here and the tragic past. Alright, so a memorial could have been anything, right, from a plaque to a statue. So I wanted to gauge an idea as to why these slabs exist so high up and look exactly the same. So a little research online, and it's pretty much open to interpretation. So the number has no relevance. 2,711 is a legal limit that you can put with wheelchair accessibility, right? But there's a lot of perspectives. So one has said that the memorial's resemblance to a cemetery. So the abstract installation leaves room for interpretation. The memorial evokes a graveyard for those who are unburied or thrown into unmarked pits. And several uneasy tilting stelae suggest an old, untended, or even desecrated cemetery. Yeah, I can agree with that perspective. Alright, story time with Vhai. Okay, so we've come to that sort of time at around 6:30, 6:45, and we want to catch an amazing sunset. So here we are at Oberbaum Bridge. Okay, so this actually represents the unity that Berlin has created ever since the demolition of the Berlin Wall. It connects two cities, Kreuzberg and Friedrichshain. Okay, that's the interesting fact for you. I'm gonna leave it there. Let's catch an amazing, amazing sunset. Okay guys, after a long day, we are back completing the 24-hour challenge and finishing it off with the ever so touristy Brandenburg Gate. Now, the lighting in Brandenburg Gate is amazing to capture the gate, but not us vlogging it. So we're going to talk about it very briefly, our experiences, and then we can take it from there. Fun fact about the gate is...
So when we were there, we were already going to go there post sunset. That was already a plan. You know, Vhai had found out that, you know, it looks really nice at night with the lights that they shine on it, just the standard box standard lights. But when we got there, we saw a couple hundred people, right?
Easily.
A couple hundred people. We saw some massive like projectors set up, and I was like, what is this? So I googled it, and I found out that once a year, from the 11th to the 20th of September, they do like a light show festival where they project these kind of light shows across famous landmarks across Berlin. So obviously one of them being the Brandenburg Gate. And this year in particular, there's another one. I don't know whether it's like a part 2 or an extension, but today being the first day, September 25th to October the 4th. And for both events, the light shows run from 8 p.m. to midnight in intervals. And we got there for about 7:15, and we were just standing waiting. Our feet were hurting, but we were like, no, we got to stick through it. And yeah, we filmed the whole thing, and it was good, man. It was really good.
It was worth the wait.
Hey, 100%. My feet are gone.
Yeah.
But it was so worth it, and I think it's so good. We might even release it as a separate video.
Yeah, why not? We've got the whole 9 minutes.
So if you want to check it out, then you know what to do.
Yeah, let us know if you want us to release it. You know, we've got it full uninterrupted. But that was Brandenburg Gate in a nutshell. And I would, even though it is touristy and it's going to be with a lot of people, it's a tourist destination you cannot miss
100%.
when you come to Berlin.
100%.
You know, if you haven't taken a picture with the Brandenburg Gate, you never really came to Berlin.
Yeah, what are you doing? Did you even come Berlin, man?
Exactly.
Come on now.
So that is the 24-hour challenge. Let us know what you thought of it. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and
hit the bell to get the notifications so you know when your boys are going to be posting the next best video.
Exactly. So that is part 1 of Berlin. Part 2 is coming up very, very soon. And the one word to describe the next video of Berlin is, don't draw, food.
Food, glorious food.
We'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.